dresses.
Looks like your dresses came in. That's good.
Yes, 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 they did.
Okay. How do you zoom in and out, Ken?
Huh?
How do you zoom in and out?
Here.
Oh, and shouldn't that be out so I can see what I'm doing?
Well, you can have it out.
Oh, God. Okay, this is the bride to be for tomorrow. She's getting married in the morning, afternoon.
These are big, fat, juicy, spiced rubbed pork chops. And it's a dry rub that you rub into the meat, and they're delicious when they grill that time over a nice chocolate fire.
So they put mulch down.
This is the fills tomorrow. He's very happy.
Put it on the ends.
You want to put a groovy on
Yeah, you can.
All right, so Andy, do you want to stay with them? Sure. And Rich, with, sorry, I don't know the bridesmaids' names.
Joe.
I'm Rich. Okay.
Joe. Zoe, Phoebe. And actually, Amy is in there with Kara. All right. In between there. Okay. So I guess that's where Tim is. And then we'll put Alex.
Mrs. Dolan will be over there. See you over
So I
here.
suppose I should give you a baby bag.
Okay.
Keep going.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Don't run, but just carry her down the aisle.
Who else is missing? Is this everybody?
We're missing
For wedding
a
party?
little girl, but she won't be here today.
Is this everybody?
But do we have?
They have all the moms and yeah. Yeah, he's gonna be with you on that side, and Alex is gonna be over here. Yeah. Right there.
So we've got.
Okay, Adam, do you
Really gonna do that.
If you want to introduce.
have a few words for posterity?
I think this next space shuttle launch seems like
Everybody will
got a nerve.
We're gonna go. Okay. All right. Amy's back here. Come on, buddy.
Okay. Let her record it.
Ed?
She's there.
Okay. So we're pretending you ran around the building and. I'm sorry.
So the parents are sitting down.
Right.
I'll watch you guys walk in.
They're not here yet.
We're here now.
Okay, great.
All right, we made it.
Okay, we were supposed to have stopped here. You were running.
Okay. Yep. Nicer than I just cried as a baby to her.
I told Peter to pretend this was the last.
And then, where are the readers? Great. She's free.
Are you sure that's not working? I mean, if you
It
hit,
says record when it's working.
well, you press this.
Yeah. Oh, you're going to have to switch it off.
Here with our children. Carol and I moved to Worcester here with Peter and Amy and Eddie. And Amy had 26 years ago. The Nolans moved here, and at that time it was Ken and Penny and Andrea and Adam. Tim came along later, and glad you did, Tim. And over those 27 years, we have spent Thanksgivings and Labor Days and Christmases together as dear friends. But tomorrow we become a family. And that's a big, big thing. Sorry.
He's Irish.
Finish it. So the thing we'd like to say is first, from Carol and I, to Ken and Penny, that we want to thank you so much for sharing your daughter with our son. And that means a lot to us.
And we're delighted you're sharing your son with
Yeah. Peter is a fine young man. He's got a good heart. He's got a great imagination. We know that he will make a great husband for all of his life to your daughter. So that we're sure of. And so I would like to make a toast. And this is a toast which I found in a Gaelic place. I'll do it in English though.
Is that because you can't pronounce Gaelic?
It would take, we don't have the time for me to do it in Gaelic, so. So to Peter and Andrea, may you always have walls for the wind, a roof for the rain, drinks beside the fire, laughter to cheer you, those you love near you, and all that your heart may desire. Here's to Peter and
Andrea and Peter.
Sure. Okay, I'm finished.
Tomorrow, I'm following our friend. But I'd like to read a little poem which I've done, and those who go to sleep don't snore too loud. I have to put my glasses on as well.
It's only 30 verses, don't 22 there.
Andrea Jane could not wait to arrive, poking her head out during the drive. To the clinic we drove fast, to the clinic we drove far. She finally emerged in the back of the car. The hospital entrance is as far as we got. My wife's giving birth in your parking lot. A crowd gathered round. The procedure to see by doctors and nurses summoned by me. The medics performed their duties quite fine. And Mum made a point of noting the time. Since entering the world in conditions unclean, and placed with the preemies, a sight to be seen. This healthy pink baby, so big, but alas, Mum could not hold her, just peeked through the glass. A couple of days later, at the end of Mum's stay, at last we could hold her and take her away. Sitting on Mum's lap, with a book to be read, about Mr. Pink Whistle, then off to her bed. Sometime it just happened, I'm not aware, an obsession she gained for all kinds of bed. Like most little girls, she was given the chance to perfect her skills in the art of the dance. During one number, I'm afraid to tell, she gracefully jumped and gracefully fell. With her nan or her mum so close by her side, she foraged the shoreline, often at low tide. Those shells and those stones, a collection absurd. She mimicked the habits of an Antarctic bird. Teenage discussions with Mum and with Dad. Her word that was final just had to be had. How ego was dented when dealing with her. My amateur psychology needs a repair. Viola renting was not meant to be. She scratched in her name. This belongs to me. This action, no doubt, some anger did vent. For sessions galore with tutorial old gent. An instrument not suited to play at the game. so marching and twirling flags was in vain. To expand the school band, the director conspired to challenge the oldies that were practiced and retired. During this time at Worcester School High, a new food regime she decided to try. Gone with those burgers, eaten most rare, to cheese, milk and eggs, vegetarian fare. At the end of high school, before starting college, she lived near Hamburg to round out her knowledge. With a judge and a lawyer and a stuffy old gent who corrected her grammar each night he spent. Returning from Europe, a long time she'd been, to study tree hugging, the environment scene. Yes, animal-based foods required so much water, a theme for a thesis for our vegan daughter. As part of her training in Costa Rica, she'd see the environment impact on each plant and tree. Through jungle they trudged to a point way up high, a wonder ecliptic to observe in the sky. She lived quite a while with bears and with cats in a plant-filled apartment in Britain called Flats. Now buying a house with a backyard quite large, chasing our dog, a temporary charge. Given more time, I should write umpteen pages of skills and of thrills and a group called Ice Ages. Their movements rehearsed and performed quite nice. It's doubtful they'd be contracted by Disney on Ice. Kaylee the dog learned to open garage doors, standing on hind legs and pushing buttons with paws. Riley does not have a brain between the ears, but pleased in the barking when squirrels he hears. Peacher has allergies in their new home to battle. Andrea has taken her cat by plane to Seattle. They have courted recently from cities quite distant. They've known each other from high school and infant. Andrea loves her flora, fauna and systems major. To teach girls and boys, title teenager. As a biology teacher, evolution she taught. With opposing theories she found herself caught. These are some highlights from Andrea's life, progressing today to become a young wife. To raise up your glasses and hold them up high and join in this toast for this gal and this guy.
Probably longer than I've known really anyone in my life. And I watched Mr. Nolan walk Andrea, or practice watching Andrea up the aisle. And it struck me that I owe it to them to make sure they understand what they're getting themselves. So in that light, I'll hand it over to Amy.
All right, well, some of you may or may not know that Pete has a little game he likes to play. And Pete has a kind of narcissistic fetish with the letter P. So in that light, we give you a positively profound... A positively profound premarital PowerPoint presentation promoting practically perfect.
You guys all know Peter, and he comes across as a very low-key guy. What you don't know is that's a result of being scarred as a child by being pushed into the spotlight. My parents actually tried to get him on Star Search. To this day, he pees his pants when he sees Ed McMahon's face.
So, with that, we thought we'd go forward and show you some of the movies Pete has can be seen in. First, it just came out, Pete in A Mighty Wind. Next, The Usual Suspects. Okay. Dumb and Dumber. It's the sequel, if you don't know, to Dumb and Dumber. A Christmas Story. Footloose. Pete McKiernan, I don't know. Exactly. Animal House. One of our favorites, Stand By Me.
It's so Corey film.
Three Men and a Baby.
Believe it or not, that's Connor.
And The Godfather. Last but not least, in a tribute to our, his new in-laws, British heritage.
Okay, so go ahead, Charlie. The next thing we thought we'd do is really memorialize this weekend by reaching out and looking for current events. We thought we'd give Pete and Andrea kind of a time capsule of what was going on in the world when they got married. To our surprise, as we searched across the United States and really the world, we found an overwhelming amount of local news, really, which actually has quite a bit to do with this wedding. So, the first article, the headline was Independence Day brings tension to Worcester wedding. Actually, the national security alert has been elevated to black and blue, and Bush and Blair are joining together. Ken Nolan actually was quoted in the article saying, "You Yanks sucker punched us 227 years ago, but that's not going to fly now." And apparently extra police protection has been arranged for tomorrow.
We also found an article quite interesting. Man leads rebellion against popular greeting card company. Worcester man bucks Hallmark holiday and decides to celebrate Mother's Day in April. Pete McKiernan was quoted saying, "I do not need big business telling me how to run my life," as he stated from his office in Microsoft headquarters.
Next, there was a story about a college student that actually flunked his own birthday. His parents actually panicked when the 22-year-old failed to show up at his own birthday dinner. This is actually Pete McKiernan, obviously, and he actually blamed the lapse on a programming error, and he said that the next release of memory version 5.1 will correct the problem.
He did forget his birthday dinner. All right, and next, wedding brings brain power to underachieving families. Yeah, collective McKiernan IQ will quadruple as families are joined together. McKiernan patriarch proclaimed, "We ain't never going to lose to those folk at Triple
And lastly in the news, we actually spent a time at my dad's company, and this article is actually about him. He solved the toilet paper conundrum. They had a pump packing problem where the pumps would pack with toilet paper. He solved it, and they actually memorialized it in this weekend's Daily Record. They said the child prodigy engineered a technological breakthrough to affect the next generation of nautical rear wipers.
And Pete, the part that was so meaningful to you that summer, Grateful Nation.
Never been used twice.
That's one of the new ones. They don't matter.
All right.
So on a kind of serious note, we actually have a little poem for Pete ourselves. We were started thinking about this last year at a baseball game, and we just finished it about 2 seconds ago. And it struck us sitting there that Pete really was a miracle to our family, and we really take that for granted. He was born 3 months early, and he weighed a pound, and he was very, very sick, and they said he wouldn't make it. And here he is today, and that was the only time in his life, incidentally, that he's been early.
At all.
But we give you a poem for Pete. This is a big time for our brother Pete, and without this tribute, the celebration would not be complete. For without him, our family would not be the same. As a matter of fact, we'd all be pretty lame.
Pete arrived 3 months early. just up and left the womb. Simply decided he needed more room.
They said he wouldn't make it, there wouldn't be a chance, but this guy wasn't going to miss the big dance. He proved them wrong time after time and keeps getting better like the proverbial fine wine.
Had it pretty tough. Things could have started better, especially when Mom dressed him in this dreadful mouse.
The pants are pretty nice too.
What happened here?
It's got to be the older brother. Yeah, you'll see it wasn't so bad, even though you were dressed in that hideous 70s plaid.
Always the middle was Pete, not first or last. From the very beginning, his die was cast. But out of the mold, he made us all see that good things really do come from a technical theater degree.
So Pete, you've done it. Found the girl you will marry. Good thing she's not the others you've dated. No personality and really quite scary.
So let's be serious, for we have a message for your bride. Know this about Pete, he will always be by your side.
The first to cover your back, he will never leave. And your every happiness he'll strive to achieve.
And in you, he's found a wonderful mate. You were meant to be a McKiernan, and I'm sorry that that's your fate.
So go and get married, it's just about time, and as a matter of fact, it's the only way to end this silly, silly rhyme.
Somebody came over here.
Turn the lights on.
I guess we jumped in the first one a little early, but I'm glad to be doing this presentation in the basement where I first walked down and caught Peter and Andy smooching. No, Peter had a very good segue into, and here are the etchings of the Kentucky Derby winnings. Winners over here. We have a number of these fun things. I thought it was a pretty good cover on his part. But I was very happy to be there for the beginning and the next beginning that'll be there tomorrow. So
actually, that is something that has not been brought up at all. The big Peter and Andy secret. We all had to lie for these two. For like, I don't know how. It seemed like eons. It's like, okay, let's just keep it. We're not ready to come out of the closet yet.
My dear old mother was setting her up with other guys. Well, why not? I don't know.
She's got a weird inner life going on right now.
Maybe your mother knew something you did.
So, in order to give, the McKiernan family in general an idea of what they're getting into, we thought we'd just throw together a few little slides. Nothing really harmful.
Our deep love and respect for our
I thought we needed to go and do a homage to the Andrea theme here. So as Dad referenced, she kind of came out of the womb a little different than most of us. But you know what? That may be perfectly fitting for these two, Back they could have been just only two barriers of glass separating them in the old prenatal. And he came to this world a little strange. He's always had a good sense of humor. What did you use to clean the back of the car? You just sold it.
We sold it.
Yeah, you sold it. Yeah.
It was previously white.
And I don't know, our parents always had a strange sense of punishment. A little more heavy-handed than some.
Why?
And Andy. Something else we got to bring up. The dirt eating.
Snails!
Okay, it's not about me. Huh? You had your chance, you missed it. Okay, what we got here is a kid whose idea of an appetizer, main meal, and dessert was a good handful of dirt. So you may want to, I don't know, just
vegetarian dirt.
Yeah, that's where it all started. Vegetarian.
Organic.
We grow the dirt and eat the dirt. Hence the affinity. It's the dirt calling to her. Put seeds in me. I don't know how it works.
It's organic.
It's Yeah, we never really, we kind of brushed the sheriffs off on this one. We closed her down. That was like a scene from Pulp Fiction, really. You think about it. Yeah. I woke up, had that horse's head in my bed the next day. I didn't say anything.
One of the more ill-advised decisions.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is one of the smaller cats Andrea has ever owned. She's always been very kind to the animals.
And I think it has something to do with this vegetarianism thing, because it's like, I can't eat the meat, therefore all my animals must eat all of my share of the meat. So they all grow to these fun, yes.
She's living vicariously through the animals.
Are you exactly good?
Yeah, but you're like
good tuna, isn't it? Yeah, and he always had this, every bear that she had, that's why I think every bear has had clothes on. Whether or not it was ever designed for clothes.
An entire Sherlock Holmes outfit from a doll pattern for her bear. Meanwhile, as you can see how she's dressed in this picture. So,
I think it actually maybe off the shoulders. Yeah, this is just one of a long line of being tattled upon.
This is probably the only time Andrea was on the back of Adam's motorcycle.
Yeah, so we got pulled over.
We got pulled over because we didn't have eye protection.
Yeah, that was
and
good.
I had to walk home.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, that was a good little trick. You got over it. Actually, this is one of my many experiments with Andrea as some sort of pyrotechnic device. I still remember the sound of Nan when I thought I'd just scare you, and I kind of threw the little, you know what I'm talking about.
Star, yes, I know.
Normally they bounce. This one was like a heat-seeking missile, stuck on your leg, and didn't brush it off. You just jumped
I just
stuck on your leg.
under my leg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good thing to do right in front of your grandmother.
Yeah.
Nice time. A lot of points that day. Yeah.
Nice time.
That's is this my match? Oh, I've actually got a picture up there that my folks still have. It's like the matching paisley tie and paisley shirt.
Pink flowers.
Yeah.
You liked it.
Yeah.
We didn't buy it.
Yeah, with a number of siblings, there was always competition.
Yeah. Tim's real happy about this one. I'm number 2. Who's number 3? You are. So I don't know which is more disturbing about this, like the perm job, the do-it-home perm job, the dressing up of the animals, or then we've got the Dukes of Hazzard shirt that little Tim has.
I think that might have been a hand-me-down, Adam. I don't know.
Dukes of Hazzard.
But yes, the bows on the.
That's they would.
I had the Hulk ones too.
Well, the Hulk was mine.
The Hulk was
I was back
so
there.
the bows on the animals was a recurring theme that just never got. Yeah, so she finally got caught in England here by the Bobbies here. They caught her with the evidence on her, which typically wasn't the case. Typically able to dispose of everything in just enough time.
Let us bring up a few relevant points here. Notice the amount of cake she is capable of getting on her face paint. And the ability in which she can actually, the amount of food on that fork is easily going to mouth one bite. Not saying, anything beyond that.
Just any judgments you might need to
Any
make
judgment
tomorrow.
calls entirely yours, but, she's obviously capable. That's my case. Oh, yes, Mom and Dad. Go down to that unexplored mine shaft, and we'll make a great picture. Yeah. So I guess you should thank fate. Andy made it this far.
And now she's going to be able to carry
It's just going to get better from here.
Whole new other realms.
Yes. good look.
And we wonder why Mom and Dad were so confused by Halloween. And
Yeah. Takes it, it's a slimy thing. Takes them a while, They gotta figure this out. Think of that. Where's he? Yeah, okay, come back up. All right. Okay. Oh yeah. You got to get rid of all this stuff.
Not safe to have around, really.
It's just not. There's so many images. I'm sure my mom's still trying to get. She's probably going through therapy on this. Just having her oldest child being chased by her second oldest child with, it doesn't matter, you name it, a handle and weight on the side of it. And I've done the least, just, in fact, the worst was the copying thing, if I was totally justified in beating him over the head with a baseball bat because he copied me. And I don't know what court that's going to hold up in, but in hers, it holds up. So, you got to think about that sort of thing. Either don't copy her, ever, or give it all the stuff. Or wear a helmet. The helmet, yeah. I think I still have, the big, remember the bite?
Where I bit you in the stomach
Yeah, the blood, full body armor. Full body armor. Yeah, armor.
Yeah, you put me off meat, Adam.
Oh, yeah. Down in the waiting room, yeah. Although, keep in mind, I am wearing the matching jeans, top jeans. So, I'm also waiting for myself to hit puberty or something.
So the brief sojourn to Hawaii, which apparently happened, I don't know, I was about 1.5, so I can't...
That's where all the best vacations happen.
Yeah.
Remember, we went everywhere. We were 6 months old. We went to the Himalayas. Yeah.
I always wanted to be a front man, but it just didn't quite work out.
Yeah. Those high heels, too, are a bit of a problem.
We were having a minor debate about what exactly you are in this picture. Mom can't remember.
You were dressed as Tweety Bird. I was Sylvester, and I pushed you around in the pushchair. But of course, I don't put Sylvester in here, so it doesn't make any sense. She made the costume.
Very happy to be Sylvester, too, I must say.
I used to watch cartoons. I don't really remembering Sylvester wearing tights.
Sylvester
I'm sure he was.
Up.
Though strangely, this is another vegetable that Andrew would eat at the
Yeah, never. Do you eat these now? Or you just, okay. Or you just don't throw them anymore? They're not weapons, they're food. Because keep in mind, at this age, this was not food aid. If it was at one time walked or talked, yes, that's a bit of a stretch. The cannibalism thing, it only lasts a few seconds.
Well,
You got over it really
right out of
quick.
your tummy.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah, never quite went over.
The windblown wasn't working for him.
Yeah, that I was trying out for that lifeguard role.
There was a point in the evening when we realized we were
I was wondering. Okay, never mind. The lengths they went through to get her.
She burned a hole in.
This thing was a real bear to flush. Yeah. Another thing, probably ought to label the shoes.
That'd be important storage.
The important part is that the outfit matches.
Yes,
Purple, red.
That goes with the mouse sweater.
Yeah, see, they should have been hooked up at that age. Yeah, never quite worked out.
I don't know. I think we only got rid of that outfit when you moved. But
Yeah. That's another good outfit. all these could pretty much be labeled, you know, great outfits. Andy decided, okay, she had one of these like little feeder dolls. Put the water in.
Water in.
Do not feed them cornflakes. Because, I mean, it just turned into this rancid, you know, like devil doll. I mean, it was just like cheese coming out of its face. You know, I mean, it was awful. You know, and feeding it, you know, cornflakes.
First science experiment.
Yeah, that's right. It was all about making that cottage cheese. Yeah. Early stages, trying out for the wild one. Yeah. Starts right here. See? See? That's a fan. Yeah. Ah, yeah.
And she was very close to the animals.
Yeah, very close. Yeah, shaving and branding, that was a bad period.
Yeah, the viola stage, and we all
You're
went
the
to
one
our
that
musician
carved the
stage.
name in. Right next to I love Sean Cassidy. Is that one of those like life-size, you know, like, well, they weren't life-size, they made them girl-size. They were like 4 feet tall, so every little girl could imagine that Sean Cassidy was really this tall. And waiting for them.
And then I came along.
Amy's always got the best presents.
I was in the sack for
He still
hours.
does whatever she says. I get nothing.
You have room.
It was a little rough at the early
This.
You heard a little bit of a reference to this earlier. This is Dad's cinematography. Okay, forget about the cat. Okay. And
there we go. Look at that outfit. This is top notch. Now watch for the. Everybody else is up there. And she's down for the count. That's right. And the best part is she manages to stay just like half a step off of the whole rest of the show. Shuffle step, everybody else, okay. Oh, that's off. Oh, now this. Okay, where are we going? Watch your neighbor. They're spinning. I go now. Do I keep spinning? Oh, no, not yet. There we go. Here we go. This is good. Remember Miss Lois? Shuffle step,
Oh my
heel
God,
toe,
yes.
shuffle step, heel toe.
Oh, yes.
Of course, I'm admitting I know this because, yes, I was a tap dancer.
We missed a chance to show Adam in his little engineer's outfit. You know, which
But Miss Lois has those things on her go. It's just.
I always said, girls, put your tea trays in. I could balance a teacup on that.
Yeah, she was a card.
Okay, so we had an uncle who owned a farm, and here's Andrew visiting her animal friends, so the cows on the farm out there and all that. And
I'll go down to one. And this was actually again another English shot where we actually went on the canal, and we had remember this goat?
Yeah, you got me.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, it wasn't for that, you would have been in.
It wasn't for that chain.
Yeah, you would have been a little fish food.
And not just the canal, but the lock.
Oh yeah, that could have been bad, and you knew how to show it. This is you eating your animal friends. This is like from Clan of the Cave Bear. This is a vegan in the making right here. There is so much like just questioning, doubting of how good that is right now. You are just 100% vegetarian. Oh yeah. Yeah, the good old solar visor.
So
remember that thing? Like the see-through, like,
yeah,
good stuff, yeah.
So
And,
as I said, I'm blaming all my performance tomorrow morning on the golf outing on Andrea. So.
Sweet short today.
Yeah, those are some nice shorts.
Tim liked them ride them high.
To borrow this.
Trying to. What? I'll wear those?
Yeah, Tim's short.
Oh, Tim's anything to throw off the competition.
Exactly.
I'm the man. This is what we would call a Pat Benatar phase. And we'll run some reconnaissance. I think there is Pete actually in those bushes. Why he's there, I have no idea. I just want to say he's doing a little surveillance.
Longest secret ever.
Now this probably means nothing to any of you because you don't know Gumsy. I just had to make the observation. That Kelly is Gumsy. Okay. Yes!
Okay, here's Andrew in the flag corps. Fortunately, Mom and Dad convinced me not to go in the flag corps as well, as I had been keen on an early age watching my sister practice. But I still do have the boots.
Nice leather. I like the way that bends. Nice.
She looks kind of like the PETA assault squad here, right here. But
Good superhero outfit.
yeah.
It'll come back.
There's his first boyfriend. The lengths I went through. You know how much that cost me?
You know, all the issues of Tiger
And we have
Beat
to
that
cut
had to go
afterwards.
through.
It sucked. Okay.
And of course, there's the first.
Yeah, well, that's his brother was in the Partridge Family. That was David Cassidy, his brother. So that was that was Andy's first boyfriend, and then there seemed to be like this the runners up that seemed to be stopping by. There was that guy. There was this dude. There was that guy. There was this dude. What was his name? Weasel, I think. Yeah. Well, and then
they were the ones that actually shelled out the money
then
for
there
rings.
was What was that guy? I can't remember his name. The name is slipping my tongue right now. Who was this dude? Yeah. That was and then can we forget? Can we forget? Oh yeah. And then last but not least, I never actually met this guy, but I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure this guy was a pig farmer. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that was him. Pretty sure that was he the last guy? Yeah.
Pig farmer.
Oh yeah. And I guess we bring all this up in jest, but yes, you know we're happy that Pete's not this guy. You know, not once have I heard him say, "Are we on cops?" He knows when we're on cops. So I don't know. I think. I mean, obviously we're poking a lot of fun here, but I think both Tim and I, I'm speaking for Tim because it'd be kind of weird to both talking. I think it is odd. You know, I mean, you guys have been kind of the second family, being kind of removed from it all for so long, and it's dandy. It's absolutely dandy having this happen, and I can hold up a metric to all those pictures I had up there. You know, you're not in the same ballpark. You're top notch. This is great. And, so don't ever say are we on cops. Unless you can do a really good takeoff on this dude. But however, there is one last thing we just do need to once again thank Pete what you're doing. Okay, I'm just saying, the DNA's still there. It's still there.
Safety proof the house.
And she's going to begin ice skating.
Even though I don't have a glass, because I seem to have misplaced my beer. A toast to the both of you. We wish you all the best. We wish you weren't moving out to the West Coast, but we understand some people got to work for the Dark Overlord. And without the Dark Overlord, we couldn't have done this presentation, so, although I almost did in the Star office just to really get you. Yeah, it was a last minute thing, that's why. No, I had to use something I have to pirate to use versus something I get for free. That's how it works. Okay, but the toast of these both beautiful people who are going to have, I'm convinced, a beautiful life together, and this is going to be great. Cheers.
Yes.
That was her. Oh, that was definitely her. No getting away from that.
Thanks, Tim. Nice job. Surprised there were no autographs.
Right. We didn't have it, and we kind of didn't want to see it.
Way or another, which we realize is a lot of you, including 10 children, and just how much you've helped us to get to this day and how much we appreciate it. So we love you all, and we're really, really glad. Do you have anything you want to add to that?
No, I think you said everything I wanted to say. I mean, we're really glad to see all these great people and all the great smiles, and we all have a great time tomorrow. And it's truly going to be a unique event.
It is, and I'm just glad that presentation wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Well, since when I figured out I didn't have to work,
Wait till tomorrow.
I decided to tone it down.
I mean, I'm sure that the challenge I gave my brother and sister was how much material not to use. They certainly weren't hurting for a selection, but they were relatively kind.
So we do have some small tokens with us for the members of our bridal party and leaders and family. So most of these are the same gifts. Should we start with the mother's gifts? Or do you want to start with
Why don't you start with the mother's gift?
Okay. We have a little gift for Penny, my mom, and Carol, my other mom. And Carol, this is for you because as of tomorrow, you're going to have even more people over for the holidays. So we thought you might need this. Oh, I love your label. And Mommy, this is for you because you have 2 weddings, 2 rehearsal dinners, and 3 receptions this year. So we thought you could use them.
Kleenex? No?
Yes, Kleenex. Lots of crying. Oh yes, please.
Need a hand, Mom.
Pardon?
And let's see.
Want me to be recording?
Yeah.
Recording. Now we're recording.
All
Would we like to see what
Little
Mom got?
Trevor and little Alex.
Let me zoom in.
Where are they? Outside?
Oh, lovely earrings.
Does anybody know where little Trevor and little Alex are?
This is the giving of gifts. Pita.
I don't know.
I'm going to do this one. Andy, this is for you.
To get my hair done.
Oh, lovely. Oh, a cross pen. Those are nice. Got one of those for graduation and lost it. And there's Emma and Alex. Is that Alex? She's like, that's Connor. There's Alex.
And you've been so generous and everything. We wanted to give you a little appreciation.
All right, this is for Miss Mallory.
Never had a gift. You're on candid camera, Doc.
See what it is.
Probably not
Ken, your poem brought tears to my heart.
That's right, big boy.
I laughed, I cried, and then you started speaking. Oh, thank you.
Especially the part about she stuck her head out.
Who's my brother?
And Zoe and Phoebe.
Your brother right here, atomic clock with
How do I zoom? Tim, how do I zoom?
No, it's like a switch.
This?
Around by your index finger, up and down.
It's exactly the same watch.
This one? Ooh, there we go.
Smarter than the package.
Careful, Tim. If you break that ribbon, it means we're going to have kids. Don't break it too many times.
No kids right now. Gotta wait till we get married. You bunked with me.
Could have stayed for us. I wasn't sure if you already had one, but you kind of have.
What is lacrosse technology?
And what is this?
Cool. Lacrosse technology. This is what Pete taught me all about.
I love the wireless.
Very nice.
I love it. Look very nice in our apartment.
I got one, but it's not nice wood frame.
This is we're talking this up right now.
Okay.
Where? Where? I know they let me.
We'll figure it out.
Julie and Trevor and Adam.
12:34.
Yeah.
Okay, then
I love it.
12:44 in the afternoon.
So if there's a young
Your bag to carry.
And the little ones.
Oh, okay. So they like.
It's actually times 840.
It's being really changed to detail.
Yeah, the problem is they get
Where's Ed?
Eddie!
Oh yeah.
What? Right here.
You gotta knock heads.
Here's your powder, brother. Are we ready? Ready.
Ready?
Dearly beloved, we have come together in the presence of God to witness the blessing of the joining together of this man and this woman. The union of husband and wife in heart, body, and mind is intended by God for their mutual joy, for the help and comfort given one another in prosperity. Andrea, you have taken Peter to be your husband. Do you promise to love him, comfort him, honor and keep him in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, be faithful to him as long as you both shall live? And will you who have witnessed these promises do all in your power to uphold these two persons in their marriage?
Yes,
I will. Bless, O Lord, these rings to be signs of the vows by which this man and this woman have bound themselves to each other. Amen. Those who God has joined together, let no man put asunder. Amen. Come together in the presence of God to witness the blessing of the joining of this man and woman. The union of husband and wife in heart, body, and mind is intended by God for their mutual joy, for the help and comfort given one another in prosperity and adversity, and for the procreation and nurturing of children. Therefore, marriage is not to be entered into unadvisedly or lightly, but reverently and deliberately. Tim and Rachel, you have come together today to seek the blessing of God and His church. I require, therefore, that you promise to fulfill the obligations which marriage demands. Tim, you will be taking Rachel to be your wife. Do you promise to love her, comfort her, honor and keep her in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others to be faithful to her as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Rachel, you will be taking Tim to be your husband. Do you promise to love him, comfort him, honor and keep him in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others to be faithful to him as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Will you who have witnessed these promises do all in your power to uphold these two persons in their upcoming marriage?
I do.
Bless, O Lord, the rings which will be given in the union of Tim and Rachel, as they will bind themselves to each other. Amen. Those who God will join together, let no man put asunder.
Amen.
It's on. It's on. Going.
And this is one without the lens cap on.
Hey, can I get this baby?
Tari?
Tari.
Is how old? She's 13 months today.
Oh. Okay, tell me the name of that one. That's Ellie. Hi Ellie. Hi Ellie. Hi Ruthie.
I want to thank people who've come from all over the world. We have a person to survive. Some of you have heard this, but I'm going to read some poems about the children. Those who've heard it know my normal statement is I don't want too much snoring during my presentation. What I also would like to do would be, while I'm talking, would be for people to think about any embarrassing stories that they know about Andrea or Tim. Just think about it. And if you want to speak afterwards, well, that's all right. That's it.
Oh.
So first of all, I'm going to read a little poem about Andrea. And you can go sleep or do what you want. These are longish poems, so bear with me. Andrea James was not alone. A crowd gathered round the procedure to see by doctors and nurses summoned by me. The medics were clean. She was placed with a preemies, a sight to be seen. A healthy pink baby, so big but alas, Mum could not hold her. Well, Mr. Pink whistled, then off to her bed. Sometime it just afraid, I must tell. She gracefully jumped, but less gracefully fell. With her nan and her mum close by her side, she foraged the shoreline off the old time. Those shells and those stones, a collection was in need of repair. The old renting was not just meant to be. She scratched her name. It belongs to me. This action, no doubt, some anger did vent. For sessions to law, the tutorial yet. An instrument not suited high. A new food regimen she decided to try. Gone with those and a lawyer and stuffy old gent who corrected her grammar each night she spent. Returning from Europe a long time ago, she'd been, loved her flora, fauna, and systems major to teach girls and boys titled teenager. As a biology teacher, evolution she taught. With opposing theories, she found herself caught. There are some highlights in Andrea's life, progressing today to becoming young wife. So raise your glasses and hold them on high, and join in the toast with this gal and this guy. If it was not for his sister, he nicknamed her Sis. She treated him well in matriarchal bliss. As far as I know, or so I've been told, all journeys involved a bear Cassandra to hold. Tim had foot fetish. On toes he would suck. Stockings or silk dresses would run him amok. To England he went to his mum, son and daughter, baptized in a church and sprinkled with water.